All right, so today we're going to look at our homework, Tuesday night's homework. So this is the homework sheet that you should have. It says week 22 up at the top. I know we're not quite on the 22nd week of school, but this is the homework you should have. Because we did not have school Monday, you can go ahead and mark out your homework for Monday, and we're just going to pick up on Tuesday. So what I recommend you doing, so that when you go into Edulastic and you put your answers in at the end of the week, it'd be easier to find. I would go ahead and number these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 so that you know which ones is which. Okay, I'm not going to go over every single one of these with you because I feel fully confident that you can do several of these without my help. So I am not going to do number 1. I am not going to do number 2. I will look at number 3. Number 3 says the ratio of cats and dogs is 4 to 5, and there are 20 dogs. How many cats are there? So because I see the word ratio, I know I need to make a ratio box. Okay? And because I have a ratio box, that means I'm going to need labels. And according to my problem, it says the ratio of cats to dogs. So my two labels are going to be cats and dogs, cats and dogs. And my original ratio was 4 to 5, and I have 20 dogs. Okay? My 4 represents my cats, and my 5 represents my dogs because that's what came first in the sentence. So I have 4 cats, 5 dogs, and I have 20 dogs, and I'm trying to find how many cats. So I need to solve for this box right here. And I do that by cross multiplying 4 times 20, and then I'm going to divide it by 5. And whatever I get as my answer is how many cats I will have. I'm going to take this answer, I'm going to make sure I write it down and I circle my answer so that it's easy to find when it comes time to punch it into Edulastic. Okay, so make sure you circle your answer every single time. All right, looking at number 4, it says what percent of 110 is 44? So I heard percent, so I'm going to make a percent box where I label percent on each side. 100 always goes here, and I have is and of for part to whole. Okay, and I'm going to reread my problem. It says what percent, meaning I don't know the percent, of 110 is 44. That of 110 means 110 is going to go in the of box. Is 44 is going to go in the is box. Same way that we solved the ratio problem, we're going to cross multiply 100 times 44. We're going to divide it by 110, and I'm going to get my answer. And because you're looking for a percent, it needs to have a percent sign behind it, and you'll have to include the percent sign in Edulastic. Okay, so that's number 4. Number 5, I am not going to work for you because you can work that out in your calculator. So I'm going to skip number 5. Looking at number 6, I have 7y equals 84. And it wants me to solve for y. So when we solve for a variable, we have to do the opposite operation. So what I want to do is I want to balance this. I want this side of the equal sign to equal this side. And I need it to balance. Well, we need to figure out what does y have to equal to give me 84. When I have a number next to a letter, when I have my coefficient, my variable, you have to remember what operation is going on here. We have multiplication. So I've got 7 times y equals 84. So I have to ask myself, what times 7 equals 84? So to figure that out, I can divide each side by 7. That's going to cancel out y. And 84 divided by 7, I'm going to punch that in my calculator, figure it out, and that's what my answer is. So that's number 6. Number 7 has a table, an X and Y table, and we have 10, that becomes a 1. 12 becomes a 3. 15 becomes a 6. And 20 becomes an N. It wants us to solve or to find the rule first so that we can solve for N. So what are we having to do to X to get to Y? So what am I doing to 10 to get to 1? Well, I'm subtract 9, and I'm going to see if that pattern holds true. If I do 12 minus 9, I get 3. If I do 15 minus 9, I get 6. So my rule is taking X and subtracting 9 to get to Y. So if I plug in 20, where my X is, 20 minus 9, I get what N should equal. And this is going to be the answer that you put into Edulastic. So I would punch this into my calculator and I would circle my answer because this is what you're going to put into Edulastic on number 7. Okay? On number 8, it wants me to find the area of this shape here. It's kind of a funky looking shape. It looks like this. This side is 9 centimeters. This is 12. This side is 3, 6, and 4. They want us to find the area of this. So to do that, I'm probably going to have to break this shape up into shapes that we know because we don't have a formula here. But if I look here, instantly I see if I cut this side right here off, that I have a rectangle and another rectangle. And so I can find the area of this rectangle and the area of this rectangle and put it together. So this rectangle has the dimensions, if I draw it over here, is 9 by 12. And area equals length times width. So I would have to do 9 times 12, which gives me 96. And then this rectangle right here is 4 by 6. And I still have to do that area equals length times width. So I have 4 times 6. And 4 times 6 gives me 24. So if this rectangle equals 96 and this rectangle equals 24, what do they equal all together? We have to combine 96 with 24, and that's going to give us our answer. So once you combine 96 and 24, you'll have the total area for number 8. All right, number 9 says, Mr. Smith wants to know if he can fit 4 trapezoid tables in a room. What is the total area of 4 trapezoid tables? So he's got a trapezoid table that looks like this. It has a base 1 of 3, a base 2 of 5, and a height of 2. And we want to know how the total area for 4 of those. Okay, so we have to use that trapezoid formula I sang to you last week. Maybe you remember it. It's base 1 plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. So we're going to plug this information in here into our formula. We're going to substitute it in. Remember, the top is base 1, the bottom is base 2, and this is the height. So I've got base 1, which is 3, plus base 2 times the height divided by 2. I'm going to punch this into my calculator and I'm going to solve for this. Okay? That's going to give me the area of 1 trapezoid. I need to know how many it is for a total of 4. So I'm going to have to take whatever I got down here as the area of 1 trapezoid and multiply it by 4. And that's going to give me my total area for 4 trapezoids. And that's what I need to put on number 9 and make sure I circle my answer for that. Okay? All right. If you have any more questions or need any help, come see me tomorrow.